Good evening. Mommy. What you doing, Mommy? What are we doing out here, Mommy?
Plant so you can.
We finished. I don't know if y'all were out here with us when we were working over there. But we added this bed here. Mega bed. So Texas Mom's going to transfer. Christopher Ovard, how you doing, sir? Texas Mom is going to transfer like 40 of her tomato plants into this bed. And her bean plants. They're super crowded, y'all. That's the first mega bed down there. She planted them kind of tight, y'all. So we're going to spread them out. And then over here we got our sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. We're double stacking. Oh, nobody's on right now, so I'll talk to myself. We're double stacking potatoes in the fruit tree buckets. And then, hey V Thompson, how you doing? And then right over here we're doing sweet potatoes, and then we're going to be spreading out this old raised bed into the new raised bed. Last week we got 10 yards of garden soil from Vital Earth, and it's really good. It's really good stuff, and it wasn't cheap. It was probably about $700 bucks. But it's a really great garden mixture, and it'll grow real pretty. And you can see Goob's wearing one of his new t-shirts designs. Just film it. Stay out of the fire ants, Goob.
We didn't buy that because we kind of have already spent money.
Well, it's unnecessary. We had that no-climb horse fencing issue. Use what you got, y'all. It was a perfect length. You didn't even have to cut it. You're looking good, Texas Mom, Antonia says. I know she's not talking to me. That would be inappropriate.
What? And if she called you Texas Mom,
well, she just said you're looking good, exclamation point. So I assumed that she was talking
you're gonna get
to
yourself
you.
in trouble on there.
Well, that's Antonia.
You're gonna get yourself in
Why
trouble.
her husband allows her on social media is beyond me. It's just trouble waiting to happen, I'll tell you.
Oh my.
You gotta watch them shiffers.
Show them our baby chicks.
So we got some new, which baby chick? This one right here? What you got, boy?
Don't eat it. I don't know.
We're all COVID free, y'all. I think there's like 4 cases or 2 cases in our county, and the one guy wasn't even from our county. The 90-some-year-old dude that croaked wasn't even from, yeah, he wasn't even from our county, so they had to import him so that they could get a number for the Propo, the machine. It's real, y'all. I'm not downplaying it. It's just not really that bad at all. It's only bad if you get it. But I ain't wearing a mask, y'all. I'm just saying. I refuse. And I ain't getting tested. I ain't getting the antibody. Because that's a setup for something. You ain't get my blood.
Wait, you're lightning that?
Unless it sheds. Unless it sheds by lead. All right. So my theme was for this live stream is plant a seditious food forest versus a victory garden. And a victory garden was some World War II recommendations by the Crown to help the nation defer the food burden of the restrictions that were being, placed on the commoners to, meet the war effort. So since there was food ration, the government recommended that everybody plant a garden.
They would do that.
And that's like, wash your hands, don't spit on people, Wash your hands, plant a garden. So it's offensive when the government has to recommend common sense things. So that's why I say plant a seditious. If you go back maybe about 10 videos or so when I was sharing some ideas and some quotes from Bill Mollison, Bill Mollison is considered the father of permaculture, but he has several quotes, and he's basically saying that permaculture is sedition because it's a way to exactly. Right now in Michigan, they can't buy seeds and plants, and even if you're where you can buy seeds and plants, there's none to be found because everybody, as a maybe an overreaction or whatever, has decided to do something. Rooster Ridge Farm.
That's a new one.
It's a very good thing. It's a positive repercussion of the current shenanigans, is that people are realizing the fragility of our food system. And if they do not end the lockdown, they're going to permanently damage our food infrastructure, period. If you know any beef farmers, the positive effects of damaging our food infrastructure is, fortunately and unfortunately, they're damaging large farms. They're damaging small farms as well, but by revealing the incredible weakness in our food infrastructure, unfortunately, they pretty much have to destroy it to do that, because that's what will happen if they don't end this lockdown. Mike, they don't end this lockdown soon, which Texas is beginning its rollout of the lockdown this coming week. They're going to open the state parks. Isn't that so nice of them? Oh, thank you, benevolent overlords. But you're going to have to wear a mask and remain 6 feet apart in a state park when you're outside, and you can't have more than 5
So
people.
we couldn't go to the park.
So, Better Together Live, what's up? Yo, man, how's Lawrence doing? How's your fig tree doing, y'all? Did you get it planted in the ground? I've been watching some of your videos, but I haven't been able to keep up with anybody's. We got tons of storm damage, not us personally, but our area did, and it's making it very busy. Masks are not required here on the Homestead. Where they are, I believe it is some time for some righteous resistance, y'all. I believe that we cannot continue to play into the narrative. It's got figs on it, bro. Oh, sweet. I will have to check that out. They did a homestead tour, and the fig tree that we gave them already has figs on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Too bad none of mine have.
I know, no.
I got one that has one, but it's been, you guys are warmer than us.
Yeah.
So just show them the new crew.
So let's see, I'll show you the new, Texas Mom has been hatching out chickens, and these are, what are these, Mom? These are, they're blue Morans. What kind of Morans? Blue Wheaton. Yeah, I have tons of peaches, y'all. I have like 8 different variety of peaches with tons of peaches on the trees. I have all my fig trees burnt down to the ground except for the ones I had in pots inside. So the ones that I had in pots inside that I planted in the ground are doing really well, but they still, a lot of them are smaller. And maybe you're doing something wrong. No, you're not doing anything wrong, Bo. Maybe I need to learn from you, Sensei. We're not selling chicks yet. We're just revitalizing our flock. We have what are your fancy roosters back here? We have Whiting True Blues, Plants and Passions. Good evening. So we have Whiting True Blue roosters back here, and we have our nicer looking sex links back here. So we'll get a good breeding flock back here. You can see all the trees are cranking. The mulberries are pushing out hard. The Tamapan persimmons are starting to set persimmons. The jujubes are starting to set jujubes. The peaches are nuts. I have peaches. I'm gonna show you some of these peaches, y'all. One tree, one very small tree has 15 peaches. Some of these peaches are very large. We have everything from June Gold, July Prince, Big Red. What's this called? Big Red. Hold on a second, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, so in this front right side orchard, we have, these are mostly peach trees. And this is the clearance deal I got from Bob Wells that we split 3 ways. I split it with Joy's dad, and I split it with another Homestead family. And let's see here. We're gonna find a good one here, y'all.
You can flip your camera around.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip my camera around here in a second, just because when I flip it around, I think it flips the mic around too.
Oh, okay.
We have some, okay. I don't think this one doesn't have a tag on it, but I'll show you what's going on with this one right here. So you can see how little this tree is. It's pretty little, but it's got lots of fruit on it. See all the peaches? And everybody swore up and down that peaches aren't worth growing around here. Oh, I got this super old man cart from Sam's Club for $50. And if you're old and crusty, it's got an adjustable seat. You put your garden tools under there. And let's see, so this peach tree is all over it. And does that have a tag on it? Or it might just say peaches on it. This one's got peaches all on it. Peaches, peaches, peaches. But yeah, so all of these, and we have, the pears are starting to throw pears, but almost all these peaches have peaches on them. And I was told, okay, and that one's actually got a label on it. This one is that's a Dixieland. And you can see that little tree is already developing really. I believe all these peaches are cling free too. And then there's a lot of peaches on that tree.
There's so many in there.
Yeah, and that's a native white peach tree in the back that we got from a neighbor. So yeah, we have lots of peaches. We have lots of mulberries. We have one fig, which is a little bit of disappointment, but they'll start to crank. All the fig trees burnt to the ground. Yeah, pretty much all the peach trees that have started to leaf out all have fruit on them. The pluots that flowered don't have any fruit on them. Our apple trees have blossomed. We have cherries on our cherry trees. On 2 of our cherry trees, we have cherries. So that's super exciting because that's a first this year. What's that, baby? Sissy girl. Sissy girl, where's your baby? Hold on, y'all. Miss Puddin's gonna show you her fancy chicken. Come here, pretty baby. Come on, you hard-working girl. Come on, show him your chicken. Just flip the wrong thing on there. There we go, I'm back. I can't. I'm trying to. There. Now, what's her name?
T.
Her name's T. All right. So that's T. What's that, Mama? That's T. So these are all the fancy chickens, y'all. This is what's that one's name's, girl? Milk. Is it like black milk? Is it like rancid milk, or why did you call it milk? It's black. It's not. The milk is usually white. Oh, milk like in the Bible. Oh, it's biblical. These things are biblical, y'all. I'm just saying. I would consider them more plague-like in a biblical sense because they're relatively worthless. They're relatively worthless, and but they're a next generation. Yeah, and unfortunately, Gerald, for some reason, oh, there we go. If I pull down, I can see the. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me see the chat, so I was missing stuff. And then I got a bunch of debris from one of the neighborhoods, and so we put down a bunch of yard waste here in the chicken coop here. But let's go back in the back. So yeah, and I started grafting. Started grafting this week. So if you follow our Instagram, fortunately and unfortunately, here's some more. This is what we got going on in the food forest. So we have our proteins and our vegetables, y'all. You have to have a good balance. Y'all need proteins too. It's good for your skin and your bones and your joints. We do eat a lot of plant-based, but you gotta eat your proteins. We eat our grass-fed. Hey, Goob, did you want to tell them about what your we just got a super gangster redneck cattle trailer, y'all. It's super awesome. Yeah. But do you want to, hold on. So Goob's going to tell you, here you go, Goob, to tell them about what's your new game plan for the ranch.
Yeah, so the new game plan is that, so let's start out. So we sold all of our Jersey cows when some crazy life stuff happened. And we were like, let's just get out of the, not cattle, but just let's get out of the Jersey cow business. But we were left with two nicer cows. We were left with our bull that we really love and with a Jersey cow, and she's A2. And we're like, well, maybe we'll just start back up our herd by like that.
I'm messing with you.
I knew that. I was like, huh. So I was like, okay, well, I guess we could do this, but there was no game plan, and I don't really know the market about, like, I don't know what type of demand there is for Zebu / Jersey cows and watch. I'll sell all this stuff, and it'll be like the new hot thing. But, so, yes, there is a lot of people breeding Jerseys and Zebus for smallers. Yeah, because if anybody wants a nice little A2 baby heifer, we have one right now. Yep, she's for sale. But
Daybird.
Anyway, yeah, she's probably pregnant with A2 bull, and she'll be throwing a smaller Jersey cow. Yeah, and she's
$1,000.
So super easy.
$1,000 while we know she's not pregnant.
Yeah.
Once we know she's pregnant, the price goes up.
Yep. But anyway, so it's been in the back of my mind for a long time about Longhorn. We have a neighbor across the street, and he has Longhorn, and not getting like the chintzy type of Longhorn that you usually see sometimes. You're like, oh, whenever you think of Longhorn, sometimes it's like a more chintzier type of animal. Oh, it's a Longhorn. It's this little scrappy-doo looking thing. But no, I'm talking about like show kind of Longhorn.
Primo bloodline.
Like super duper cool bloodline. So our neighbor actually has a bull that's related to one of these bulls that, Longhorn bulls that won the world show or whatever. But that's everybody's story. But, so, I've been talking to him, and we're going to be getting into the Longhorn business. It's very, very profitable. It's relatively cheap to get into. It all depends.
We still have the Zebu bull, yes.
Yes, we still have the Zebu bull, and we still have...
For now.
For now. He's sold. He's already sold.
He is sold.
He's spoken for. So
okay.
He's going in...
Zach is spoken for.
Yeah, he's going June 1st. So Nelly is still on... Nelly
is
the Jersey cow.
Yeah. Penelope is still for sale.
Yes. So...
Act now.
Yeah, she's going to be kind of like a miniature size. A good balance between a bigger size Jersey cow and a mini Jersey cow. So it won't be too small, but not really too big. So then if you have kids handling, like first-time kids or city folk handling her. Hopefully she'll be a little less crazy. But anyway, so we pretty much have in the pipeline right now, we have a bull, a really, really, really nice longhorn bull that is going to be throwing some amazing babies, producing a lot of babies, amazing colors and patterns and everything. I haven't posted any pictures on Instagram because it's been pretty crazy, the weather and power outages and everything, and then trying to figure all this out. So we're still looking. We have our neighbor, he's shopping for us, and it's pretty crazy with the longhorn. Like, they're relatively cheap compared to like Jersey cows and stuff, but like the second you know what they're gonna look like and how big their horns are gonna get, that's when the price jumps like crazy. So I was very happy that it wasn't gonna cost a fortune to get into longhorn, or we wouldn't have. I don't think so. We would have just did whatever.
We po.
Yeah. So anyway, so I think what we're going to be doing is we're going to be definitely getting the bull, and then we have our neighbor over there. He's working on getting us a couple heifers, and we are going to be getting the little bull, Lord willing, hopefully June 1st, because I don't want to have any problems with Zach and the new bull or anything. And it sounds like a little one's running
around in the
inside.
house. Yeah, somebody's running amok inside.
That's not good.
It's not good.
Where's Buddy? Where's Buddy? Buddy!
Buddy's probably in there with him.
Oh,
So.
That's
Oh dear. That's
So,
not good.
There's 2 baby calves that our neighbor has. We actually might be doing a documentary for him, actually, so that would be really cool. He knows all of his history about longhorn and everything, so it's pretty sweet. He has, I would say down here, at least in this little area, he has the best longhorn, definitely. He definitely puts a lot of time into how he breeds stuff a certain way and all types of crazy stuff. And he does it all naturally too. He's not like, let's spray Roundup all over the field and do it all commercially and stuff. So I really like that about him. So he naturally fly sprays his cows and all that type of super cool stuff that I can learn from him, and he can be my mentor and everything. So it's super cool. So we'll definitely be making, that'll help us out on our little bit of our content rut we've been in here. It's just been real slow but crazy, hectic. It's been like, when are we gonna film? It's been pretty crazy.
We're going to be raising longhorns for meat and probably maybe selling them if we don't eat them fast enough.
Yeah, so.
We eat a lot of cows, y'all.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a little business. So whatever we need for the year for like cow-wise, probably is figuring out how many cows we'll go through a year. How many do you think we go through? Like 4 or
probably
5?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 cows, full-size cows a year.
Yeah, we go about
And-
through 3, 6. We go through anywhere from 9 to 1,200 pounds of beef.
Yeah,
Christine Taylor, good evening.
but
Does sound like a lot. Well, there's a lot of people here.
yeah, so we'll probably. Yeah, they're only yearlings.
Yeah, it's 300 to 400. That's why I said 1,200. I mean, it's only 300 pounds of beef, y'all. It's
Yeah,
not like
it's-
we're getting like 800 pounds of beef per cow or
No,
anything
no,
crazy
no,
like that.
No, they're
No, it's not like
Yeah,
it's
they
not like
butcher 'em
Black
real
Angus
small.
or anything.
Yeah, their horns, longhorns would get really big, and real longhorns, their horns when they take them to the butcher are like that long,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maximum that long, and it's real big, so
Yeah.
makes them taste good too. When you butcher them real small like that.
We've had grass-fed cows and we've drank their milk and it tastes wonderful.
Yes, it tastes really good.
And one of our cows was A2 and it was fabulous.
That was even better.
And Penelope is A2, by the way. For anybody that's looking for a dairy A2 cow.
Definitely. So yeah, that's what we've been working on, selling, getting photos of the cows, trying to get them sold. So
We had somebody come look at Nelly today in the pouring rain.
they
They-
were city folk.
They didn't put a deposit down for some reason, but they had to come today and they had to look at her in the rain.
It was like a classic Craigslist thing.
But it was
you know?
weird, yeah.
Yeah, they just came and then they just looked at her and pretty much were like, okay, we're gonna go think about it. I'm like, but I took photos though. I took, no joke, like 8 photos of the cow, like 360 all the way around everything. And they just came and looked at her, didn't really ask any questions at all. and then left. So super.
So
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna flip you. Look how quick stuff gets done around here, y'all.
Boom.
Remember when we started, there was nothing in this bed? Look at this.
25
Look at this,
minutes
y'all.
ago.
25 minutes ago. Now look, boom. There's the polymath, the Renaissance man, the chef, carpenter extraordinaire Rufus, who's also a master gardener. Look how quick he makes them tomato plants grow, y'all. Just like that, boom. Some Rufus magic going on here. Went from empty bed to full blown boom. Just like that. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna give you a little bit more of an update now that things are starting to grow back here. I'm gonna do a little update. We just figured we were gonna go live, and it was raining like crazy today. Just trying to unhook this gate, and I don't have a carabiner on it. It drives me nuts. There we go. It's not really a gate. It's like stinking redneck. It's just a piece of cattle panel with a thingamabob here. So this is where we harvest our gray water. Our gray water comes out here. It connects from both sides, and then it goes back there. And we plant our elderberry. You can see that elderberry going popping. That's a Kazaki. That's a Russian pomegranate. We got some fig trees, got some jujubes over there, but you can see and by collecting our rainwater in these troughs, we can actually irrigate our potted trees. So that's what's in there. And then you can get pallets for free everywhere down here. That's why we did pallet raised beds. From different kind of decor stores, even Walmart, you can get free pallets. But here I planted some new fig trees. They're not like Bo Brotherton's fig tree with figs on it. That cracks me up. Only a fig tree that I would give away would get figs on it. While I had the same variety here, no figs on it. There's some of the new chicks there. Just planted all these trees right here. This, I gotta ask, there's some mulberry experts in some groups I'm a part of. I gotta find out what this rust is, because these trees look super great. And then they get this kind of rust on them. But you can see that this mulberry tree is loaded. So it just has like thousands of mulberries on it, which is pretty exciting. That whole entire tree is loaded. And that's a third-year tree. The figs, they just, the frost, there was an early hard frost. This is, I think this is a Fuyu persimmon. Or no, this is a Tamapan for persimmon. No, that's a Fuyu. This is a Fuyu. This is a Tamapan over here. And if none of you have ever had a Tamapan, they're huge. But that has persimmons coming on it. That's a persimmon right there, y'all. And then this is a native white peach, Texas peach, and you can look at this tree, and it's a native tree, and you can see what that tree's doing. And everybody, we have a peach orchard. Well, there's several peach orchards in the area, and they spray bomb everything, and we don't spray at all. And everybody was telling me that we weren't going to get any peaches, but we have lots of peaches, y'all. Lots of mulberries. This is a pear. Show them the pretty birds. Here you go. They're very friendly, y'all. They're Morans. They're gonna lay the dark eggs. They're very friendly. Cheep, cheep, cheep. There's more fig trees. I'll have over 100 varieties in the ground by the end of the. And these are all drip lines. He's got a 1 gallon an hour drip on there. And I still have some pawpaw trees. They're crazy small. But you're waiting for them to set a taproot. That's a grafted pawpaw, and you can barely even see it. How many mulberries are on that mulberry tree? Here's some more of our, you can't even see that apple tree right there because of, this is all elderberry. elderberry. And this has run like this, y'all, in a straight line right along the water. That's why we did it. Elderberry likes a lot of water. And we sold a lot of elderberry cuttings this year. So next year, I'm going to be ready for that. And this is either Gordon or Bob. This is either Bob Gordon or Ranch here and there. And I got that from Terry Durham. And that's a Golden Delicious. And I think that had blossoms on it. I gotta check my apple trees. That apple tree over there sells blossoms on it. I gotta start to see if any of these apples are gonna start setting fruit. And then we do have last year, there's some type of natural blue. You know how naturally blue dye is. Some kind of natural blue dye that Texas Mom got off of Amazon. She was inspired by our Caribbean cruise. And then you can see the blueberries coming on. Last year I had all these blueberry bushes planted in the front. And blueberries need lots of water. So these are loaded with blueberries because they're right next to our gray water. And I had a little like land bridge here for the kids, but it kind of washed out. I put a pipe in there. Let's see if we'll see any pears on this tree. The pears on the front trees are loaded with pears. Yeah, you can see some. Yeah, I didn't prune this tree at all, unfortunately. So there's some pears on this tree. This tree had a lot of pears on it. And then if you look at these, this isn't redneck white trash art, y'all. I've practiced my grafting this weekend. So I did a Frankenbush up front in a pot, and I grafted 3 varieties to it. And then on these 2 trees, I practiced cleft grafting and chip bud grafting. So you put the, you graft them on there, you wrap them with the buddy tape, and then rubber band to fasten, and then the bag protects them from the sun until they get established. That is elderberry as well, y'all. And you see that green, right? That means that has grown within a month. So it's grown 6 feet in a month. So there's one piece of last year's wood right there. But all that green stuff is brand new. And it grows crazy fast. And everybody always asks about my Franken fig it's a Solace root stock with 4 different varieties grafted to it. So since it's going to have 4 different kinds of figs on it, and you can see that the elderberry is already starting to put on fruit. So that's the elderberry flower there starting to form. And it's shot up over here. So that's another elderberry. It usually runs in a line, and it'll just keep traveling. And there's another Solace tree that I have 4 grafts on there. And I actually have a graft on here that is taken. This graft right here has actually started to push bud, so it's actually taken. That's my first successful graft. I have 1 successful graft on a fig tree and 1 successful graft on one of my loquat trees, but the plastic bags protect it. Good. Elderberries are doing good. Our comfrey, I dug up a lot of our comfrey and transplanted a lot of that, and it's taking off. You can dig up a comfrey plant. You can dig up a comfrey plant and break up the root structure and replant it. And we try to keep a piece of comfrey, at least back here. It's much more like crazy wildlife, y'all. Yeah, I showed them the blueberries. We had 4 trees blow over in this last big windstorm, but I just set them back up and staked them. But it was over here we have, oh yeah, and we have these. This is actually a Valdosta mulberry, and those are getting pretty ripe there. And then we have that's a white mulberry, and that's an Illinois everbearing. And those little containers you see on there is I'm taking air layers off to trade for people or to sell. Then we have a giant mulberry right there. That's got mulberries on it. All these other trees have just, I didn't have drip irrigation on them, so they didn't really grow last year. Now I have all these drip lines run. And this is what I mean when a tree burns to the ground. So you see this tree? This tree is like totally dead. It's like really nasty looking. Then when you get down to the bottom, you can see it's still alive. It just comes back. That's what's so great about figs. I mean, this tree above the ground here is totally dead. Like you can see, it's girdled. The bark, it's smoked. But it's popping back from its root structure. And with water on it, it'll grow very quickly. But this section, there's trees all in here, but they're all just very small. And they just got to grow. Now that they have water on them, they will. And yeah, and that's another apple tree. That's one of our first, that was one of the first trees we planted. No, you know, that's the thing. For constant growth and fruit, even with all the rainfall we get, a good steady 1 gallon drip just makes the tree that much more prolific. Our soil drains pretty well here. And if you just wanted to push out growth, even with the amount of rain we're getting, I'm still putting the drippers on. So if there's like a couple days in between rain, I'll still go ahead and put the drippers on, and it just helps push the fruit and push out the growth. So I'm just noticing a major difference. That's one thing I didn't do last year. Was I was like, well, I'm going to stick these things in the ground, and during the rainy season, I'm not going to run the drip at all. But we drip from our well, so it really only costs us the electricity to really only costs us the electricity to run the wellhead. So we have 3 zones, 2 zones I tied together, and we run them right off of regular hoses with a Home Depot drip line system. Crazy inexpensive, super easy. I've tied into this drip system like 4 or 5 different times and just put different runs on it. And you just plant more trees and pop in a drip head. But here's the work they're getting done over here. Texas mom went a little crazy with the planting tomatoes, y'all. Yeah, so intensive planting totally works awesome. Plants and Passion was talking about how people are you can't hear me. Okay, let me turn around. Yeah, so we're talking about Plants and Passion was talking about intensive planting. And I mean, you can see my trees are my trees, I don't plant any of my trees less than 6 feet apart. So that's relatively intensively planted. It's not like 3 in a hole, but the intensive planted trees totally work, especially if you have limited space. Oh, we couldn't hear Texas Mom, yeah. Well, that's usual. They couldn't hear you, Texas Mom. You need a microphone. You need to speak up. You need to talk like you talk to the Texas boys when they're being ornery.
Yeah.
You need to talk like that.
So I'm putting our beans, we're sending out our bean plants now, and we're putting a bean plant in between every tomato plant all the way down. Stop it. It's amazing. And my idea is that it'll look pretty, and it'll grow up on these big trellises, and it'll look really pretty. And we're going to put trellis in here too. I'm going to move the beans over so they'll grow up here too.
And we are boob noob gardeners. Like, we don't know what we're doing,
I
y'all.
don't know. I'm trying to
Yeah, Roots and Refuge is just a killer channel, and we were super looking forward to the shindig, and it got COVIDed out, and here's our strawberry patch, y'all. Second year strawberry patch. The boys, how many, Rufus, do you know how many strawberry plants we originally planted? I considered the propane generator. I keep going back and forth. So what I'm getting, so here's what I'm getting. I'm getting it this week. I'm getting the 9,000 watt Predator from Harbor Freight with the warranty. And there is a meter switch. I want to say the proper terminology. It's called a meter switch, and it goes on your electrical meter behind the glass bubble between the actual meter and the box. And our electrical co-op allows them, the very super large electrical provider down here does not allow them. And so it's neat. And one of the guys that raises cows on the pasture behind ours at the ranch, he works for the electric company, and he said that he can install it for me. It'll go right in the meter, and it comes with a 20-foot cord. And then the Predator, it's a cold crank 9,000 watts, and I think it runs steady at like 7,500 watts. And so we would be able to fire it up. It's electric start, plug it in, and it would run all of our primary stuff. And we would leave it right here. So it would run the AC in the summertime. It wouldn't run the dryer or the range. But I really want a gas. They don't have gas in our area. And the only reason I don't want to mess with the propane tank is, you know, the code is it has to be so far from the house. And it puts it like right in our stuff where we're trying to do stuff. And then we have to have somebody on our property to fill it and all that stuff. And yeah, and we had that before, and I'm just not really interested in it. That's all. I mean, I am, but I'm not. And you know, we actually like it kind of when the power goes out. It's kind of like a nice break. So we're not all like, well, it's got to be automated and kick on and all that stuff. I mean, we're low maintenance. We just illiterate country folk, you know what I mean? Yeah, we can hook up the generator without a transfer switch. We had Joyful Life last bar, a little 2200 Generac deal, and that ran our fridge and our freezer. I want to be able to run our fridge and our freezer, and if it's 88 degrees at night, I want to be able to run the AC so we can sleep. But other than that, Antonia says you better be doing lots of canning when you get all those maters and beans, Ma. We planted so many tomato plants, and little Junior likes to eat green tomatoes, and he usually picks them all off and eats them way before we ever get a red tomato.
Well, these are cucumbers.
Oh, he's quadruplegic. Yeah, well, you definitely. Oh yeah, they're cukes, Mom. Yeah, you have cukes and maters.
Will cucumbers vine up?
Oh yeah, cucumbers will vine up. They'll go right up the trellis. Yeah. Check Texas Mom out, showing you her garden knowledge. Doesn't even know what she's planting, y'all. She thought she was planting beans, and she's planting cucumbers. And I'm a bigger garden idiot than she is, and I knew they were cucumbers.
We're not a how-to channel, y'all.
Yeah, please don't do what we do. East Texas Rancher. Yeah, and propane's getting crazy cheap too, because of all the Russia wars. People think that it's COVID is why oil's tanked, but it's not because of COVID. It's because Russia's like, oh yeah, you want to dance with OPEC and the petrodollar? Well, we'll just keep producing and sink the oil price to $18 a barrel. I want to say it's $18 a barrel right now, y'all. It keeps trying. It went up to 26. Not gonna happen. Yeah, we're putting in it's a meter transfer switch. It goes right in the meter, right over there. And I think that's what it's called. Generlink is one of the manufacturers. I'm getting it from the commercial supply house here in town. And they're not cheap. They're about, I will need a 60-watt switch, and they're about $800 or $900. But the neat thing is you put them in, it's plug and play. So, and I am electronical num. So, but they're relatively new. And I mean, if I got a 22,000 watt deal, I could still use that transfer switch. I'm not paying $5,000 for a Generac, and I'm not, there's not, the cost benefit's not there, and unfortunately the Generac quality is just not there anymore either. Could somebody move those roots, because your mom just tripped on them and I tripped on them twice, and I'm gonna lose my mind if I trip on them again. Thank you, Goober. All right, so now what are we doing? Are we signing off, y'all? But this is the beauty. No, this is a good lesson. No, but this is good. But guess what? So Texas mom planted all this stuff, right? And she didn't have a plan, but she reorganized and replanned. And guess what? The stuff's still good. That's what I mean. Like, I dug up fruit trees in the front there, and well, I started to put them in gopher baskets, because we get there's so many local places where you can get free pallets. Lots of great places are like lighting stores, like these, for whatever reason, I don't get all that, but we have like several lighting stores, like even in Longview, there's Gallery of Lights, and there's Cook Lighting. There's like these stores, and they're dedicated to lighting. That's weird to me, man. That's super niche. But you can get pallets at almost any of those kind of stores for free. And another really cool thing you can get from a lot of plumbing supply houses is you can get, and that our first raised beds were in plywood crates, and they were free from plumbing supply houses. And it's a plywood crate, and they lasted almost 2 years. They definitely lasted a year, but they were totally free. We filled them up with really good soil, and we staked these in the ground. You have to watch our videos, Antonia, you slacker, and you can see how the boys did that. But it's super simple, super easy, and it's fast. Well, and it's real fast if you have a tractor. This is pure hugelkultur, and it's got about $200 worth of dirt. This is good soil here, y'all. Black gold, not the Texas tea.
And our master gardener Longhorn friends said that this is a really good system, and all you have to do is, in a couple of years when these pallets raw out, you just slip them off and make sure that soil is so compacted them that they stay in place, and you can just put them in the
Now we just want to steal all of their subs. Well, we won't have to steal them if they could just share all their subs with us. But we don't know what we're doing. See, that's what people can watch them and actually learn stuff. And oh, hold on a second, they can't hear you texting. Yeah, they can come over here and see how not to do it, and then they could go to Roots and Refuge and say, hey, you should go check out these idiots over here. They're trying to do the same thing you are, except they're not any good at it.
She planted all of her cucumbers with her tomatoes. She's an idiot. I don't know.
No, it's called the two blind sisters method. You ever heard of the three daughters or whatever? It's like the two blind sisters.
Yeah, it's like
No, the cukes will climb. Yeah, no problem. It's science, y'all. Yeah.
different bugs and stuff.
Yeah, it's called mixed salad. Three sisters. And this is the two blind daughters method right here. Two blind mice.
We're just missing corn. Usually that's like with
It's corn and beans.
Beans and like squash.
Yeah. Come get these plants for your mother. I love being the director, y'all. This is great. This is hard work here, trying to get everybody so they can hear Texas Mom. Check out Texas Mom's boots, y'all. It's cowgirl. Cowgirl action, y'all. Yo, behind the scenes, you better watch the lives, y'all. You don't get this stuff on the videos. It's real life, y'all. She's my cowgirl. They're good. Plant it. Look at the white roots, dude. That thing is good. Don't sweat the bugs. The bugs be good. Everybody wants to see Rufus do another cooking show. Wee Tree says, I'm bored and I need a job. Wee Tree, if you understood. Okay, I'm gonna give you all a little testimonial. So we're construction, so we are considered essential. And I work for a local company that employs between 50 and 70 people. And my boss is super, super duper awesome, great Christian environment. And I love my job. And I have been self-employed my entire life out of high school. And I said I would never work for anybody ever. And I've been working for the company that I work for 6 years. And I love the atmosphere. And I love my boss and his family. It's a family business. And we employ 50 to 70 people. And Thursday we said, well, you know what? We'll keep everybody home for Friday because come Monday we have 2 jobs and we'll knock them out in 3 days. And then we'll have to lay everybody off because of the Wuhan wheeze, everybody, you know, nobody wants to do anything and nobody knows about anything and all that stuff. And so nobody was doing anything. So I literally thought that by this past Wednesday, we would have been totally shut down and honestly, potentially bankrupt. I mean, my boss just took all of his money and kept paying people, y'all. I mean, that's the kind of person he is. He's just that kind of person. And just, you know, he reinvests, and he always takes the hit. And so Sunday night, we had the mother of all storms. And last May, we had a wind event very similar to Sunday. But this year there was much less serious damage and no one was hurt, but it has generated an enormous amount of work for us. So it's pretty wild. Yeah, so I'm not a stay-at-home farmer yet. I was looking forward to being home for a little bit, but what? Let me hold on a second. Yo, is any let me read this guy. What's he talking about? Got some trolls on here. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, so of course, when I start talking about how good God is, you know, you got to have some devil-possessed person come on here. Thank you, E-Tree. It's hard to do it from the phone, and I'm trying to. Yeah, so we went from literally having a half a week's worth of work for 50-some people to at least 3 months worth of work, probably 3. By the end of this week, we'll probably very realistically have 6 months worth of work. So God is good all the time. And nah, I'm not a full-time farmer yet. I was almost a full-time farmer by default, y'all. Just saying. I was almost a fig farmer. Yes, we do have lots of good friends, and there's lots of good people. And there are many people that are far more essential than I am that are home full-time. Not exactly by choice. Rip's moving out to the homestead in Mississippi. Rip, where are you in Mississippi? MISSI, PPI. I can spell it. The state is starting back up ETR on Monday. They're opening the state parks. There's a relatively, well, from a national perspective, it's a very aggressive plan to reopen our state. So I'm super kind of pumped excited about that. Because I just didn't want, you know, technically, I guess our company would be considered, they wouldn't consider us small because of, you know, our annual revenue, which we're still super small, y'all. I mean, I mean, our come on, man. Yeah, and I know who it is, too. Yeah, and he just has a bunch of fake accounts. I don't know where Mike is. He's got to have some, like, derogatory slur stuff on there. Gulf Coast, north of Picayune. Hey, y'all. Texas millennials moving to the neighborhood, y'all. Isn't that right, Texas millennial? Texas millennial, when do you close? Jonathan, Lone Star. I saw you on here right before the troll jumped on. He distracted me. We're doing great, man. Yep, everybody's protesting the lockdown. I think it's awesome. They just had a protest in Austin. They're protesting all over. They're protesting. I watch Tim, the financial guy, Tim Piccicotti. I always forget his name, but he was had on. They were protesting in New Jersey, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, Austin. May 1st. Richie moves to the hood in May 1st. Yeah, I know. Well, that's why they do it. That's why they put it in the name, because they know it's got to float there. Because they devil possessed. Here we go again. Come on, man. Mike and his... I don't know where authorized Mike is. Nice. Murica. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to... Look. Instant mega bed garden, y'all. I mean, this is the way Texas Mom does things, y'all. Instantaneous, instant garden. You're doing another row, Tex Mom? Oh. Aha. Oh, I see. On that one. You see that, Richie? Just that quick. Bam. Purple boots, y'all. Come on.
Another scroll?
Yeah, it's the same guy. He's got like 50 accounts. It's Mike's buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's who it is. Mike's friends. With friends like Mike's, who needs enemies? And of course, Mike ain't even on. See the piece of fence with the P posted to what? Right now?
Yeah, do it. We're going to see how fast this is.
Watch. Let's see how fast this is. All right, y'all. We're going to do it live. That's how we do it, y'all. Yeah, I told the boys, Andy, I told the boys a long time ago. So we don't watch videos, we make videos.
They don't have nothing else to do right now.
Yeah, remember when we were, that was way back in the...
Do we need garden gloves?
You need garden gloves. You got the blue aloe. Yeah. Did you see our potatoes, y'all? Richie's gonna buy one of your shirts, Goob. So it's a nice shirt. So this is our potatoes, right? So this is our second. You gotta be. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna finish showing you the potatoes. I was helping with the trolls. I know. And right here are the sweet potatoes going in right next to it. And then I've already buried these potatoes once, and we done a second layer, but they're just cranking out. We put some of that black gold in there too, y'all. We should protest by having it. Texas mom. Christine Taylor had a great idea. She said that we should protest by having an East Texas get-together. I think that's a great idea. I don't know where we'll do that, but I want to fight the power. Okay, watch Coop. Oh, that's right. This bed is hay-based. So let's see how easy the post goes in. Because the hugel it bounces back up. Get it! Farm muscles. Is it moving? Yeah, because it can't stick in the hay. Whoa, this is much slower than the hugel culture, y'all. This is the hay drawback. The hay makes the T-post bounce, y'all. Oh, that... You know how you're going to have to do it? Well, you can't get in here with the tractor anymore. Yeah. So do the hugel culture, y'all. No hay. The hay don't work if you want to, Man. Nah. Plan B. Ow! Ugh. All right, y'all. So are we done for this evening?
Yes. Yeah. Till tomorrow. Again, another person?
Yeah. We'll figure out something. Wait a second. Why can't you lean the wire, set it in the middle, and lean it towards the back? Because you have that support right there, right? Why can you do that?
If you do that, though, you could. But how would you harvest the cucumbers?
She's going to transplant all that stuff. So you could take the no-climb horse fence, roll it out, and lean it that way, and then you'd...
But is that really trellising it up?
Well, yeah, it's still, yes, because you can still get to all of it, you know what I mean? Homestead Remembrance. Yeah, we have beans, we have cukes, we have tomatoes.
Potatoes, sweet potatoes.
Potatoes, sweet potatoes, strawberries.
Sugar snap.
Sugar snap peas.
We got squash.
What happened to that plant right there? Man down. Oh, he's got to get planted. Don't let him die. Every bean plant counts. How long ago did we plant the potatoes, Texas Mom? You can see the difference, what gets maximum sun exposure down here. They get more sun. These are totally in here, and I buried them. That down there gets more sun, so you can see what's happening. Good night, Antonia. Yeah, probably 3 weeks.
7:30.
Oh, dag, yeah, we gotta go. Yeah, the cold and then the sweet potatoes just have to get established. They're different than regular potatoes, and they'll start to run. And we have lots of more sweet potato slips that have to go on the ground.
We're gonna do a whole.
We're gonna do another. We're gonna do another row here, and this is all gonna be sweet potatoes right here.
We might have to do another one.
So this is gonna be like the sweet potato action, the potato action going on here. All right, y'all. Good night, y'all. Hopefully we'll get some kind of videos up this week. I know we were jammed up last week, so. Cattle trailer makeover. Rufus is already scoping it out. Longhorn videos.
cooking videos, probably.
More Rufus cooking videos. Everybody's clamoring. Rufus. Buddy's going to be making some nunchucks out of dynamite or something like that. And who knows? Who knows?
The dynamite.
All right, y'all. Thanks to our mods. Thanks, we. Hey, Chris Olverd. Have a good night. Joyful Live. Just made it on. JPZ. Homestead Remembrance.
You'll have to go
Gerald.
back and rewatch.
Anderson. Antonia. Schiffer. Christine Taylor. Rip. Richie. All the trolls, thanks. Well, one particular troll. I just wanted to keep trolling us. All right, y'all. Well, we will see y'all in the next video. Bye.